All right, we have UAB head coach Robert Eson and student athletes Lewis Sullivan and Jalen Perry. The Blazers will advance to play number 4 seed UTSA tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. and we will begin with an opening statement from Coach.
I thought it was a good win for our team. Good opening round win against a Middle Tennessee team that's been giving us problems early in the year. I thought we played a great second half and a great start to the second half, which I thought was the ultimate difference in the game. Really proud of our guys and excited to advance.
Questions for our student athletes?
Lewis, you guys had troubles with Middle Tennessee the first two games. What was the difference in this game?
I think the first two games we beat ourselves. We came back with a game plan, make some adjustments on defense and offense. So we just made adjustments from there, and we got the win.
Jalen, it seemed like second half was sort of a game of streaks. They went on a run. You guys came back with a run. Talk a little bit about what your guys' mindset was during those runs and how you kind of overcame their run and came back and battled the adversity.
Yeah, we knew they would come out with runs. It would be a game of runs in the second half. So we focused on getting stops as much as we could, switching defenses, trying to throw different things at them to keep them uncomfortable and just keep runs going for us. So I feel like we did a good job of that.
4 guys in double figures for you guys this game. You guys got a lot of guys that are averaging in double figures. Is that what it's going to take to continue to make this run towards a championship?
Yeah, we've been playing like that all year, getting everybody involved. A lot of guys can do a lot of things for this team. So when we play team ball, that's when we play our best ball.
All right, we'll let our student athletes get back to the locker room, and we will continue with questions for Coach.
Coach, same question for you. That second half, it was close in the first half, and they went on a run, and you guys kind of answered there towards the end. Tell me a little bit about that and what the mindset was.
I thought we had the whole difference in the game to me was the start of the second half. We just came out with more intensity. We didn't deviate too much from the plan. Gamble had 16 points at halftime, which was probably, I'm guessing, the most he's had in a half. So we talked about still trying to limit scurry, which I thought we did a great job of. And we were able to build that lead. Then the frustrating thing was we went on a drought, an 8-minute drought. It felt like forever. We airballed a free throw. We haven't done that all year. We missed 2 free throws. We missed a couple layups, turnovers. So I was proud that we didn't hang our head, that we didn't let it get too bad. They cut it to 5. Jeremiah Bell, who's a senior for us, I thought kind of got the monkey off our back there, hits the big 3 that kind of separated it, and I thought pretty much closed the game out.
8 offensive rebounds, is that something that you need to focus on to continue to try to improve a little bit, get more second chance points for your team?
Well, our team has changed. We were one of the best rebounding teams in the country to start the year. When we played Auburn, we were the 3rd best offensive rebound team in the middle of December in the country. Will Butler tore his ACL. That really affected our rebounding. Lovin was hurt for part of the year. That affected us. So, it's different for different matchups. UTSA, an advantage to us will be the glass. We're going to have to get rebounds. Tonight, Middle, it was more limiting their offensive rebounds, which I thought for the most part we did a good job. We had more second chance points than them, even though they had more offensive rebounds. And you tip your hat to Gamble. I thought, the guys that they've had from last year, that's what I thought to myself at halftime, were playing their butts off. Gamble and Sims, 2 guys who were here last year who got upset, obviously, when they were the 1 seed. And those guys played a tremendous first half, and I was hoping that our defense would step up and they wouldn't do the same in the second half. And that ended up being the difference, I thought, in the game.
Talk a little bit about the 3. Seemed like you guys had a couple missed opportunities. I don't know if you're getting good looks or it just wasn't falling or what it was during that stretch where you couldn't get anything go down. But then a 3 is what kind of broke that streak.
For sure. We had the layup in transition, and then we got hit off our knee. We missed 2 times. We go to the free throw line, and we missed the front end of one of them. Missed 2. Lewis drove in. I thought had a great layup, and he got blocked. And Jalen had a corner 3, and he had made some 3s earlier in the game that I thought were good. So to me, I told the team, you just got to keep trusting it. The zone did a good job of kind of like throwing us off tilt a little bit. But in my mind, in this kind of situation in a tournament, you need somebody to step up and make a shot. And it's nothing necessarily I did, but especially when they're playing zone and just scrambling around. And Jeremiah, ended the shot clock, stepped up and made a big shot. And I thought that just got the monkey off our back. Kind of was a big sigh of relief for our whole team.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. We have Middle Tennessee head coach Nick McDevitt and student athlete Donovan Sims, and we'll start with an opening statement from Coach.
Congratulations to Rob and his team for advancing in the tournament. I thought they played very well. Lewis Sullivan made some big shots to start the second half. Obviously, Zach Bryant made two very big plays in the game, two big step-back jumpers. I was really proud of our team, though, for the way they fought. In the first half, I think we got down 9 and were able to take a 1-point lead going in the half. And then got down 13 in the second half and cut it back to 4. Gave ourselves a chance to get back in the game, to win the game. And just really proud of our fight, our toughness. This guy to my left, for one, showed a lot of that, having missed the last 2 weeks with a leg injury. Hadn't played the last 3 games, and to come out and score 22 points like he did. And Carl Gamble finishing his career with a double-double at 18 and 13. I thought those 2 guys were tremendous. But again, congrats to UAB as they advance.
Questions for a student athlete?
Donovan, you guys had some success against them the 2 previous games that you played against them. What was the difference in those 2 matchups in tonight's game?
I guess the difference would be that they were tougher than us not for a long time, but at certain points in the game, at big moments, they had a run at the beginning of the game, like Coach said, and a run right after halftime. So we talked about us coming out and having a run right after halftime, and we let them do what we said we were going to do, so we kind of put ourselves in a hole right there. But really just the tougher team was going to win this game. That's what it was the first 2 games too. So you just got to give credit to them. They came out, they played their hardest, and they got the win.
You had 14 3 attempts. Was that part of the game plan to get you some open looks on the perimeter, or was that something that just kind of came naturally as the game progressed?
I think it just kind of came naturally. Within our offense, as the more midline crosses we get, the more the ball moves, the more it creates open shots for all of our players. So just tonight, the ball was moving real well, and I had great pace coming off screens that our bigs were setting, and just whenever I got it, I just kind of wanted to let it fly and just shoot the best shots that I could and take good shot selection and just really just throughout the offense. I wasn't out there hunting shots or anything. It just came throughout the offense.
You guys got real close there. You made that run in the second half, and they kind of went on a little bit of the scoring slump, and you guys got real close to coming back, just couldn't get over the hump. What was the mindset of the team and just trying to get over that hump?
Oh, just keep fighting. It's not over till it's 0-0 on the clock. So just keep fighting. We had a couple timeouts and media breaks right there at the end, and as we were making our run, just keep pushing, just keep fighting. It's not over till it was over, and we tried our hardest to have a comeback. We needed some big stops down late, but they made some big plays, hit some shots. So yeah, just keep pushing, keep fighting, just at what we did the whole year really, and they just came out with the win tonight.
All right, we'll let Donovan get back to the locker room, and we'll continue with the questions for Coach.
Coach, same question for you. What did you see in the difference in the previous 2 meetings and this game between not only just the outcome, but in the way that they approached what you guys do?
Yeah, I think for one, all 3 games, you go back and look with about 2 to go, they're really 3, 4, 5-point games. At our place, we're up 2 with 30 seconds left. Donovan makes a 3 to put us up 5. That kind of put them in a big hole. At UAB, looked a little bit like tonight, where we were down double digits, but we were able to fight back and get over that hump and end up winning by 1. And then tonight, it's a 4-point game with about 2 to go, and they got a big stop, and then a couple big shots. They made a big 3, similar to Donovan's at our place. It's a 4-point game, and I think it was Bell got loose for a 3 at the top of the key. Now it's a 7-point game with, a minute and a half to go, and a lot of things got to go right at that point. So really just, 1 or 2 big plays, and the game changes.
Free throw discrepancy of 24-6, without talking about the way the game was called. Is that a product of the styles of the game, or do you think that there was more to it than I'll leave it at that.
You know, some of it can be the fact that we took 33s and they took 14. You know, so when they're shooting closer to the basket, perhaps they do have a couple really quick guys that are drivers. So it puts a lot of pressure on you to really guard the ball without fouling or bumping. So some of it, you obviously have to credit them for. They just put a lot of pressure on. Even Lewis Sullivan catches the ball 4 or 5 feet off the block. He's got his dribble. He faces you up. You got your hands full. He's good. They're just really aggressive and athletic, and we're just driving the ball. And it did put a lot of pressure on us. You know, the game's not going to be officiated to where really any coach is loving it, either theirs or yours. But you know, some of it obviously just has to do with the fact that at times we're playing out here. You look at Donovan and Antonio took 25 threes, just the two of them. So that has a great deal to do with it.
First year in the league, what's your 1 year reflection of the league and the conference tournament and everything that you saw throughout the year?
Yeah, it was an interesting, fun year. You know, there were several places in the league that myself nor my staff members, half our team had never been to. So a lot of great fan bases, arenas, teams, coaches, great players in the league. You know, at least for this year, a lot of parity. You know, there wasn't a team that kind of ran away with it. Obviously, Old Dominion's got a 4-game lead with 4 to go, and we're very good, but not one of those where they could play just okay or bad and still win. And there was nobody at the bottom that, despite their best efforts, couldn't win a game. You know, so you felt like you play well, you're gonna win. Got a chance to win, and you don't, you're gonna lose. Just felt like the league was a little like this, as opposed to looking at stats and RPIs and nets. Last year there was kind of the upper half and the lower half. It seemed to be more this year, from my standpoint.
Coach came into conference play on a little bit of a losing streak. What did it take kind of to turn the team around, and by the end of the year against the conference's top 5 teams, you've got 3 wins and every loss is a single-digit loss. What did it take to turn it around the way you did?
You know, some of it was happening in practice. It's just that others didn't get to see it. You know, and there were games where it didn't show itself on the scoreboard. You could see our team improving. You just didn't get the result that you wanted. You know, some of that had to do with our non-conference schedule being as difficult as it was. But as I just told our team, I was very proud of them. There's not too many teams that can go what they went through for a couple months and find a way to kind of pull yourself up by your own bootstraps and dig yourself out of it. And they did. I was really proud of them. You know, some of the teams in the league have guys and their better players have been playing together for 3 or 4 years. Our guys were introducing themselves to each other in August. Really, half our team, they didn't even know each other, much less know how to play with each other. And so at the beginning of the season, it's sloppy. But we expected it to be sloppy. You know, to expect the other, you're demanding the other. But you can't ask somebody to do something demand them to do something they're not able to do. And then get mad at them for not being able to do it. And, you know, I think my staff did a great job of developing them, being patient with them, and our players did a great job of continuing to believe in what we were doing. And over the last couple months, I thought we played well.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.